Okay, we're going to go ahead and be making a new Mommy Survival Kit label for our bucket. And to start with, we need to open up all of our graphics from the No Rhyme collection. Just go ahead and make sure you're already logged into LD, and we're going to look for the No Rhyme collection here. Okay, you're going to go ahead and click on the Try Me Now tool. And as you can see, I already had the Hey Diddle Diddle image. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my cow. You just press save, and then you're going to open directly into Photoshop or whatever program you're using. Now I'm going to grab the moon and the stars. Save again, open directly into Photoshop. Now, to make my label, I'm going to start with a 5.25 by 5.25 square image. Just make sure your resolution's at 300 and that your color mode is RGB. Go ahead and press OK. I'm going to actually unlock my background just by double clicking on that layer over there on the layers menu. You can change the name of your layer if you want, or layer 0 is fine as well. Press OK. Now I'm going to make a second layer just by clicking on the little drop down box on the over on the layers menu to the right, or press Shift Control N, either way. And I'm just going to press OK. I'm going to use the marquee tool over there at the right. You can press M or come select the tool. You want to just make sure it's a rectangular marquee. Now you're going to hold down Shift and make another square on top of that square. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it just so we can see it. We will actually be changing the color. It won't be black in the end. But this way we can see it on top of our second square. To make sure it's centered, you want to come back over to the layers menu and select both those layers and come to the top, and it will show you the align tools. Make sure you've pressed V just so that you have the selection arrow there to get those align tools to show up. And I'm going to select the center align and the horizontal align. And it looks like I got on. I didn't see it move it all, but that should center it for you if it wasn't already centered. And then you can unselect your layers. I'm now going to go ahead and open up my paper that I want as my base. And you can turn on the thumbnail so you can see the paper. You don't have to use the same one that I'm using. There's a lot of amazing papers. It is a boy baby, so I want it to look pretty masculine. And the stuff I have in the bucket is all kind of blues and grays. And so I'm going to go ahead and just use this stripe here. And Control A will select the whole thing. Control C, copy. I'm going to come back here and just paste it right above layer 0. I'm going to zoom down a little bit. I am also going to press Control T so I can transform it. Zoom down enough so I can see where my transformed things are. I'm going to rotate it diagonally. I am also going to size it down just a little bit here so you can see more stripes. Make sure you're holding down Shift so you don't mess up the proportions of it. When you've got it where you want it, just press Enter. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in, Control plus. And then I'm going to go grab my images that I want in it. Control All to select the whole thing, Control C to copy, and paste. I'm going to drag this layer above so you can see it. I'm also going to convert it to a smart object so the resolution isn't messed up at all when I try to size it down. And we can adjust this later a little bit more, but I think for now that'll be good. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cow, Control All, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste in your main image. Again, right click, convert to smart object, Control T to transform it, holding down Shift at the same time. Now to grab my moon, I don't want to grab the stars with it at the same time right now because I'm going to place them differently. I'm going to use my lasso tool. You can press L if you want, or come over here, and I actually want the polygonal lasso tool right there. So, and just start clicking with your mouse and go around your little moon. And then Control C to copy. And once again, we're going to paste. Right click, convert to smart object, and shift. You may want to adjust yours a little bit more, however you want it. That looks good to me. I'm now going to go get my stars by doing the same thing with the lasso tool. Deselect that, Control D, L for lasso. And we'll use the last lasso tool that you used. And I'm just going to go, oops, well that's good because I can show you how to do that. You can see it didn't get the one part of the star right here. So I'm just going to hold down Shift and select around there. And then I can get that last part that I missed. Control C to copy. And Control V to paste on your image. Again, right click, convert to smart object, and Control T to transform. Enter to put it where you want it. I'm going to go ahead and change my black square to white. Go ahead and select that layer, and you're just going to press Control U, and that'll bring up your hue saturation palette. And just go ahead and adjust the white lightness all the way to 100. And there you've got your white square. I'm going to now add a drop shadow to that so it matches my images. Double click on that white, and that'll bring up your layer style menu. And we're going to just click on drop shadow there. And the only thing I'm going to adjust on this is the opacity. Change that to about 35. I'm going to go ahead and leave the distance and size at the default of 5 and the spread at 0. Just press OK. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. Just if you go to the layer palette menu, and you'll see that little arrow in the top right hand corner. Duplicate your layer. And I guess we don't need our drop shadow on this. You can if you want to, but now I'm actually going to add a stroke by selecting the stroke in the layer style menu. I'm going to select the color and use my picker to select that blue in the moon. Press OK, and then just adjust the size to where you want it. As you can see, our drop shadow is not showing. You would have to adjust the size on it if you want it to show. I don't think that I care either way if it shows. I think that I'm fine with it not. There. You can put in a number if you want as well. Just click OK. Now we're going to go ahead and add our poem. And to do that, you'll just want to go ahead and select the type menu, type tool right there in the toolbar menu. I'm going to change this to LD Petticoat Twist right here. And I think change the size to about 14. We may want to adjust that later. I'm also going to change my color. Just select the top box there. It'll bring your picker out, and I'm going to select the color of the moon again. Press OK. And then just click where you want to start typing, and you can just type in your wording that you want. Now you can go ahead and just add New Mommy Survival Kit in this font and keep it that, and you can be done. Or if you want to make it a little bit more fun, I can show you in the next video how to piece together the New Mommy Survival Kit words. But as for this, you can see that right now it's left aligned, so we're going to go ahead and select the whole thing and change that alignment up at the top to just the center. I'm going to drag this over to right under Hey Diddle Diddle, and it's not exactly what I want it to be as far as center, so I'm just going to press Control T, and right now I can adjust it without changing the resolution since it's still a font. I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit, bring it up to where I like it. I actually think I also want to adjust the leading just a little bit. If your little character menu isn't showing, you can see on the right hand side there's this little A thing in the corner. You can click on that, or if that's not even there, just go to your window and click on character right there, and that'll show you. So to adjust the leading of this, you can just go ahead and this is the leading right here. Yeah, I think that's good. I just changed it to 14 point in between, and that makes me a little bit happier. Now, I went ahead and put together New Mommy Survival Kit using the Cut-Its and just pieced together all the little pieces of titles that's in the entire collection. It's an amazing collection. I would just go ahead and get the entire collection if I were you. It's one of my favorites. So I'm going to go into Photoshop and grab that and paste it, but like I said, I'm going to show you in another video because a lot of people don't have Illustrator. You could also use Inkscape if you would like, but I am going to show you in the second video how to do this in Photoshop actually. So I'm just going to grab the words I already made in Photoshop. The other thing, the reason why, in Illustrator, the reason I did it in Illustrator just because that way I can adjust the colors to what I want it and do a few other things. But like I said, in Photoshop you can do those things too. Just for me it was a little faster in Illustrator. So I'm just going to copy that directly and come back to Photoshop. And I'm going to paste just by pressing Control V. And I'm going to select Smart Object so that I can adjust it to the size that I want it. And bring it down here. And just play with it to about where you want to get it. Press Enter. Now I want to make sure that these three sections are aligned. So go to your layer palette to the right, and if you and sometimes it's easier to actually label your layers, and so it makes sense to you. If it's not a very big file with a lot of layers, I don't usually label it. But I'm going to go ahead and select the New Mommy Survival Kit layer. This is the Hey Diddle. And then we also want our type layer. So just hold down Control and you can select these three together. And you'll see the Align tools come up again. And I'm just going to press the center vertical align. And I think that looks good. I might just bring it down just a hair. Press Enter. Now the only other thing I have left to do is just add a drop shadow to the New Mommy Survival Kit layer by double clicking on that layer. Add the drop shadow. Again, I'm going to make that about 35. Press OK. And if you want, you can add a drop shadow to your type layer too. It's up to you. So I am going to call that done, and that's going to be my label for my paint can. I'm going to show you in another video for those of you that want to know how to piece this New Mommy Survival Kit together. So in the next video you can check that out. Thanks.